Galio top could be a thing. He's played Galio. He's played Gragas. He could play that one too. But Yondu's Gragas was one of the best that we've seen in the jungle so far.
What was yesterday like? The one day between their loss and today. What happened for MVP?
I don't know.
They must have had an interesting scrim block. Whoever didn't leak the strategies, you guys are the real MVPs here.
You are saying interesting a lot, and I understand its relevance, as Spirit is going to take away the Trundle this time, and once again, Tucson going to be locking in the Alistar, so the only difference being that Spirit's going to be on the Trundle as opposed to the Gragas, and couldn't have locked that one in because Yondu had taken it away.
Man, a kingdom for an Anivia at this point in the draft on the side of MVP.
Yeah.
How about Anivia top?
Ian's pretty good at it.
I reckon Max could play at top lane.
I think that Max could play any champion. I actually don't think that there's any limit to what Max would do. Anivia last pick, if Ian wants to take that and they put Yasuo in the hands of Max in the top lane.
True. There's worse things you could do.
Talon being considered right now, as Kuro would be taking a pretty difficult blind pick here. A lot of options into the Talon, theoretically. But might be the matchup into the Yasuo. Now what does Motive do? What does he lock away? Which role is going to be picked up here? It's likely he's going to be playing the Braum, but where is everything else going? Heimerdinger.
With Smite. Let's do it.
Oh god, are we rolling it back, Papa Smithy? Are you getting flashbacks?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Motive is going through Max's champion pool. So far, it's Heimerdinger and Teemo.
It's going to be Heimerdinger.
There we go. Okay. Heimerdinger top lane. I mean, it works hella good in solo queue. You can double kill people if the jungler comes to gank. And Keen could be extreme. Oh my god. That's a big grin from Max. He's psyched. He's tired. He was yawning earlier on, but hopefully he's got his wits around him. He went from Mordekaiser now to Heimerdinger. And thankfully, it's the 8-point-X meta, where honestly, it feels like anything goes anyway.
Well, it's 2 smites against 3, so already MVP the early advantage here. It is going to be double funnel happening with Yondu and Motive as a support. Aiming's just bored. He's like, yeah, whatever. I've seen my original before.
They're doing it again. They just really like smites. Pretty even here in the Soleil Stadium.
That was a live shot of an Africa fan right there.
It was.
Being really upset.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we've got some shenanigans going on. I feel like we should whisper.
Like ships in the night, but they've already passed each other.
And you cheese a
MVP was like, oh, but we were so good in game 1. Let's start on the blue side.
What is Max doing?
He's just...
Is he going to steal blue? Oh my god, there's so many people who can be Kuro. Holy crap, how do they miss each other?
This is ridiculous!
Who is the first one to be revealed on a ward? Surely it's MVP.
Well, they should actually move over to this red ward.
Oh no.
We don't have any sweepers. Oh no, are they going to go down? No, they're not. So
They're
they
definitely
are going to be
spotted
seen
here. This is the least covert ops ever. Africa are like, let's just get one camp. As Max says, these are my wolves now.
He's just inside the enemy.
Yeah.
He's inside his own jungle. Never mind. He's inside his own jungle. I thought it was the enemy jungle because MVP just came from the enemy jungle.
I mean, again, it was all about the ships in the night, right? So
yeah.
Don't worry. I believe it's all going to be MVP's jungle with this many smites.
Yeah. And despite the ward, it looks like it is going to be both sides.
I have to imagine the turret dive begins. He'll have grenade for the potential turnaround. No TPs on his team, so no one's coming.
He wants to put down another turret, but Vision of Empire is going to come in. They're all underneath the turret. Can they tank it in time, though, as Spirit? Oh, one last auto attack could have actually potentially taken him down as Max, the sacrificial lamb. He does have the unsealed spellbook. I don't know whether he's got a charge of it to get back. Yondu is going to have to use the body slam to try and find his way out of here, but doesn't have the flash, remember. Does get a decent knock-up, but he is going to die. And Ian just gives up for the ghost. Going to clear out the minion wave to do what he can. Pilot and Motive moving over to their red buff. They want to try and take some more jungle, and it looks like MVP are giving up a whole lot more than they...
GBM played it a few years ago. It was a loss. It has never won in Korean competitive.
See whether Max can be the first one to do it. As Spirit is going to get stunned up. Subjugate is there, but it's not going to be enough. Max grabs that kill. Not sure whether it's well-deserved. Probably would have wanted that on Pilot. However, it doesn't matter. The Heimerdinger getting bigger.
Gets the first kill here. Pilot's going to face check the Kuro here.
Yeah, Motive is going to turn up. A lot of damage now onto Pilot, but remember, Assassin's Path can get the follow coming in, and thankfully Motive does have access to the blast. He's ghosting. He's ghosting.
Very late.
Yeah, he flashes. That was odd. Not exactly the choice that you want, as now MVP are looking for aiming, and Tucson in goes Motive, but out he goes yet again. As Tucson going to get stunned up, teleport to come down as well. MVP and Afrika Freaks have been fighting for a long time. Golden is Yondu, knew that the Demon Flare was going to come out as Tucson doesn't have his ultimate anymore. Keen looking for Ian, exhaust comes in, not enough to deal with the damage out of the Camille, as Pilot desperately wants to clean up, but I'm not sure whether he can. Can he save the turret is the other question, and the answer to that is also no.
They're too healthy. There's no way for him to actually interact with this. The exhaust doesn't stop the true damage.
Immediately, as soon as they jump in, but they don't care. This is MVP. Max is over the wall. He's got so many turrets in the back of this damn pit. And Kuro doesn't even want to walk up. We've got a big ultimate to come in from Yondu as now there's so many spikes in this pit. Who's going to be able to take it down as Pilot's dead already? It is going to be the Baron going over to MVP, so they at least get that, but everyone's dead.
It was the Gragas with exhaust who got it.
Oh, if anything epitomizes this match more than that, I don't know what it is.
A moment of silence, please.
Yeah, that's the graveyard, the MVP graveyard. The Afrika Freaks will push forward without a Baron buff. That's unfortunate. However, taking down the entire base of MVP, that's a pretty welcome prize for the Afrika Freaks, who have found a way to navigate this cheesy MVP. It's a problem, but yeah. Pulls himself back up.
And so many summons. It's going on him again.
Well, Keen's going to get slowed down, but isn't too worried about it, really, as MVP. They're going to start the fight here on the top side. Pilot free hitting in the back line is Tucson, tanking up most of the damage. There's the pullback onto Pilot, but holds on to the rocket jump. Vision of Empire respected a whole lot by Pilot as it gets the flash, and Afrika Freaks just push the minion wave further forward. Keen continues to shove onto these Nexus turrets. MVP made the cheese work in game number 1. Looks like they failed to make it work in game number 2. Ian having a great time dashing around the minions, but this is while his Nexus gets exposed. Only one more turret on the map. MVP and Yondu is well and truly dead. Motive gets himself into a good position, and Pilot shooting behind him. Good exhaust onto Kuro as well, as this doesn't seem to be over just yet. Pilot is still alive. Rocket jump available once more. The pillar not quite enough there from Spirit, but now Afrika Freaks given some time with these Nexus turrets means that they'll be able to take us to a game number 3. We're going to 9 games tonight. Afrika Freaks versus MVP. Afrika take game 2.
9 games to dream in our 3 series today. This is not the one we expected to go to 3 because of ADD still being out of the lineup. But Max has provoked them to do some very creative strategies that got them that big win in game number 1. But in game 2, Afrika Freaks found a different way to keep it simple. They definitely wrestled back the map control. They watched back the VOD. They had the advice of their coaches and the rest of their squad. And the adjustments they made squared up MVP in a way they couldn't square them up in game number 1.
And I was very confused. Papa had to decide who to give my MVP. Remember, he wasn't laning against Max. Did look like he was, but he wasn't. He was laning against all sorts of different players this game.
Much more comfortable on the Camille with a bit more agency than the Gnar that never got the matchup they were looking for. Yeah. I see Bitol and Dangun, the hosts of our post-game show, they seem a little at odds about what to talk about in this next story because it was a crazy one, Atlas, once again.
It was, and yet...